Okay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl MJ. You know, the Barefoot Hooper. I wanted to hop on this real quick because before the month ended, because God's been talking to me and He really wants me to share my spirituality with you guys. The top 10 reasons I personally feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening. Okay, so stay tuned, my babies. I'm coming. Okay, so number one, to me was I felt very out of place. I didn't really know what I was doing with my life. I didn't really know what anybody else was doing with their life, and I didn't know the purpose of what anybody was doing with their life. The second sign that you are undergoing or experiencing a spiritual awakening, you learn and you understand that your body is just a vehicle, and you start looking at life completely different. To an extent, you understand that this is just a human experience, and so you detach yourself from ego, emotions, and a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? And sign 3 that you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're going to have like very high intuitive thoughts. When people are talking to you, or not even just talking to you, you start to feel the vibrations of other energies when you walk into rooms, when you walk into restaurants, when someone walks into your room, and etc. You just kind of could feel their emotions. You know what vibrations they are on and or going through. Sign 4 that you're going through a spiritual awakening. The dreams that you once carried a long time ago, like when you were a child, no longer probably serve you, and so you found a higher and more fulfilling purpose because you no longer affiliate your human body with this, human experience, and you kind of understand that this is all like an illusion, and we created the world that we see, basically. So sign 5 that you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're going to start having like your taste buds, when you drink things and when you eat things, they're just gonna taste different. Like if you're eating a rotisserie chicken, you know what I'm saying? You might take a bite of that rotisserie chicken and then be like, oh, this kind of tastes like hot coffee or hot cocoa is what I meant to say. Oh, this tastes like hot cocoa, or this tastes like pizza. That's sign 5. Sign 6 that you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're going to start having a lot of deja vu experiences. What I mean by that is you're going to find yourself like being in situations that you thought have already happened. You're no longer now going to be able to tell if this was a dream that you had, or if this has already, I'm so sorry for hitting my mind, or if this is something that you have already, I'm so sorry for hitting my mind. This is something that, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what I was saying. Hold on. I came back. It was the deja vu. So you start having like dreams, and you can no longer tell if this is like reality or a dream. It feels so real, but you have come to an understanding, like the conscious mind of this not being real. So that was sign 6, and you are going to start paying attention to like things you read, things you listen to, numbers, like everything starts to make sense. Angel number 444, angel number 222, and you start trying to figure out what your life purpose and your soul's mission is. And once you find your soul's mission, everything kind of skyrockets from there, aka the Barefoot Hooper, you feel me, aka the spiritual teacher. With sign 7 was the numerology, okay, and the numbers and everything just kind of making sense. I have a lot of notes. Sign 8, you start to understand how powerful your mind actually is, and what you tell yourself up here can actually manifest into this 3D world. You know what I'm saying? So hard work always pays off. Like, that is absolutely true. Really, really tell yourself that you can do something and you can accomplish it. 10 times out of 10, you're going to do that, just because your brain, like our brains, we don't be knowing anything we tell our brains, we just think it's true, basically, is what I'm saying. When you say you can't do something, your brain is really gonna believe that, and you won't do it. Tell yourself that you could do it, this spiritual awakening, you just start understanding and living life differently, because you no longer are living your life for anybody else. You're no longer living your life for material needs. You're no longer living your life for clout or fame. You're living your life for your soul's mission and your purpose. And my purpose was to share my spirituality with y'all. And I just didn't know that me kicking my shoes off and being barefoot was basically the catapult to my spiritual teachings. You know what I'm saying? Another sign that your soul is undergoing a spiritual awakening, you start to let go of the fear. Piggybacking off of what I was just talking about, not caring about what other people say or think or do, basically, because you ultimately let go of the fear of the judgment of others, because you no longer need their judgment. You're going to be judged whether you want to be judged or not. When you're undergoing the spiritual awakening, subconscious details within your own life and the life of others, you start letting go of a lot of things. Truly, that is a sign of a spiritual awakening. At the end of the day, what you tell yourself and what God tells you is all that should matter. Everything just starts to add up. It starts to make sense, and you'll start seeing the change in your life. Just really pay attention. When I was going through a spiritual awakening, and I'm still going through a spiritual awakening, every day is a new challenge. Every day our vehicle wakes up, and it's not new emotions, but it's new reasons for those emotions to come about and to prevail, if that makes sense. Life is a game. The last sign of a spiritual awakening is you learn to just let go of all the things that the world has taught us and taught you, and you focus on what's inside and what's being told to you by God. You pay attention, you listen to your intuitive thoughts, and you create the life that you want. I hope that this kind of helped you, navigate through your spiritual awakening. These were just a few signs that I was able to depict throughout my journey in my third eye to the idea of this being more than just a 3D world, in a 3D realm. This is hell. We are all living in hell. It isn't under the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this is hell, because if you look at the way that we're treating each other and the way that, we blame each other for our own life circumstances, or for pity, or whatever the case may be, or we hurt people. You know what's going on in the world. You know that you could take control of your life. You could take control of your mind. You could take control over your soul and your consciousness. What you pay attention to, how much you pay attention, and if you want to pay attention to it. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, I want you to know that you're not alone. Understand that there's more to life than what you've been told and what you've been experiencing so far. The sooner you open your mind to it, the sooner you'll be able to see it. Okay? You choose your destiny.